Welcome back. To make this wreath, you're going to need one of these 3-tier pumpkin signs and one of the wreath forms that already comes with the tinsel attached. Step 1 is to cut your wreath form in half. I used wire cutters, but it is a plastic. I'm sure you can use scissors to cut. First thing you're going to do is lay out your items so you know exactly where you're going to hot glue your wreath form to the sign. The wreath form is a plastic wreath form similar to the metal ones that we buy to make our other wreaths. The tinsel on the plastic one does come attached. If it does start to unravel, just wrap it around the wreath form just like you see me doing here. But first I wanted to show you something. See how it has the 4 wires or the 4 plastic pieces? I wanted to point out how the center pieces stick out more than the corner pieces. The middle pieces are the ones that I'm going to glue directly to my sign. So what I'm going to do is add a big blob of hot glue and then press my wreath form directly into the hot glue. Protect your fingers. Use either a silicone spoon or in my case, I'm using some chipboard that I cut down into strips just to help me push the wreath form down into the glue. Now let's attach the top portion. So this 3-tiered pumpkin is wearing a witch hat. So I'm going to have a smaller amount of space where to add the hot glue to attach my wreath form. So here again, I'm just wrapping the tinsel around wherever it started to get loose. And then I'm going to add hot glue. The hot glue does start to seep over, but I take a piece of my chipboard and I push it back into place. And then I press my wreath into the hot glue. And then same, I add hot glue to the middle portion and push my wreath into the hot glue. I then decided to add more hot glue on top for extra hold. Now let's make a bow for our wreath. I'm using these 3 colors. It's black with purple orange trim, black and white and orange. I'm going to start off by taking the black ribbon and making my bow. I'm sorry I'm off camera here. I'll show you in a little bit what I've done. But all I'm doing is wrapping my bow into each other. And then I'm counting that I have 2 loops on each side. And then I give it a trim. Each loop measures about 6 inches. So the ribbon in total should measure about 12 inches long. Then I'm going to take my next color, which is this black and white striped ribbon, doing the same technique, folding it into each other, making sure there are 2 loops on each side, but this time it's a little bit smaller. So this one measures about 8 inches. I'm going to take a pipe cleaner, pinch my ribbon in the center, and secure it in place. For the 3rd ribbon, which is the orange ribbon, I cut 2 strips that measure about 7 inches and I ducktailed the ends. That piece I'm going to add to the center of my bundle, secure it in place with that same pipe cleaner. And now I'm going to pull the loops out from each other to fluff it up. It is best to use wired ribbon. This is just regular ribbon that I picked up at a fabric store, but it is best to use wired ribbon so you can manipulate where you want the ribbon to stay. Now I'm going to add my bow to the top of the witch hat, and I'm just going to use some hot glue. So I add a little dab of hot glue to the top, and then I press my bow right into the hot glue. Now to the center of my bow, I like to add something just to accessorize it. So I went back and forth here what to add, a little felt bat or a spider ring. I decided to go with the felt bat. So here I'm just fluffing up my bow again. And this is what it looks like so far. Now you can pretty much stop at this point, but I'm going to add one more thing to my wreath. So I'm going to take these 2 different color ribbons and some of this purple Dollar Tree tubing, and I'm going to create 4 bundles, and I'm going to attach those to the wreath form. To create the bundle, you're going to cut your ribbon into 7 or 8 inches, and then you're going to ducktail the ends. You're going to take a pipe cleaner, you're going to cut it in half, and to create the bundle, you're going to lay your ribbon on top of each other in the form of an X. Wrap your tubing into 2 loops just like you see here, pinch it in the center, pinch your ribbon in the center, and bundle it all up together. To hold it all in place, you're going to use that 6-inch pipe cleaner that you cut. So like I said, I created a total of 4 of these for my wreath. Now let's attach it. To attach your ribbon bundle, you are going to open the pipe cleaners and just insert it in through the tinsel. Try to attach it to one of the frame bars on the wreath, and then just secure it in the back. I added 2 bundles to each section, to the top wreath format and to the bottom portion. Adding these ribbon bundles is optional. I just wanted to add an extra touch of pop of color. Now you just fluff up all your bows. And pretty much you can stop here. This is what it looks like so far, but I decided to add 2 more things. So I took 2 of those ring spiders from the Dollar Tree. I cut the backing, the ring portion of it, and then I just hot glue it to the sign. And that's it. So that completes this project. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Bye.